Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 9 Preview Special Countdown. What's up everybody? Good to be here with everybody on a Sunday night. We are getting so close to getting back into Walking Dead season. It's like we're desperate for any content that's out there. So this is a pre-recorded event tonight. Looking forward to it. It's going to have Khary Payton, Tom Payne, and I'm looking forward to hearing from Angela Kang tonight. It's going to be, she gives more information than Scott Gimple did. I do like that about her. Like, she does interviews, and it's almost like she spills the beans a little bit more. Let me jump over to the super chat because we got Pete D in the house, and Pete D says, hello 999ers, all new recruits and veterans. Kills, do you think Morgan and Rick will ever see each other again? That is a great, great question to lead into what we're going to talk about. Yes, I do. But this whole time skip thing has just really got me crazy, Pete. It's got me. I know that Morgan's going to be the shepherd leading them back, but when they all get there and how it all happens and what happens with Fear the Walking Dead, and I think it's just going to be a couple seasons down the road, and Rick's just going to be in the distance. And they'll either bring him back or bring a recast back. I know you guys don't like the recast, but I'm telling you, I'm on the money on some of these predictions. So we'll jump into that 1 second, Pete. Let me also give another super chat shout out to Valar. Valar saying, hello 999 Army, Kill, Steph, Emmy, Kells, Bree, Sweet Tom, sponsors, Patreons, and of course all super chatters. We're going to get some good information tonight. And I will, if you guys just take a look, we got a ton of new people that have been joining the channel. A lot of support. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do. We've just had an amazing summer. A lot of new subscribers and a lot of new people on the Facebook page. Just unbelievable growth. Thank you so much. And it all happens because all of you are here, loyal, dedicated each and every night. So thanks for that shout out as well, Valar. And also, Denise LDT, where you been? Kills, I've been thinking. Got the super chat. Let's see. Do you think the copter Rick saw in downtown Atlanta season 1 could be the same copter in season 3 and Jadis and Rick season 8 are connected? First of all, Denise, thank you so much. That's beyond generous, and you are absolutely amazing. Love to have you at your comments and your participation. Greatly, greatly appreciated. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn that over and let's make that a super chat spotlight. Let's get all the people that are here and ask them that question, and in your comments will be preserved in this video. So, connection between the helicopter in Season 1, Season 8, Season 9. Season 8, Season 9 we know, but it could go back to that the government has been watching, right? Maybe? Let's see what the group thinks. Julie McGuire says yes, they're connected. I mean, we did kind of stumble on it a little bit, right? A girl in Chihuahua says, yes, connected. Hippo says, I think it's very connected. Casey, not so much. Very likely, says Wilson. So, Denise, I'm going to say a lot of people do think that there is a correlation between the two. I didn't really think about it in that regard. I do feel like that is Rick's exit, and I do feel like I know a lot of hardcore comic fans say there's never going to be a cure because Robert Kirkman says there's never going to be a cure. I'm not convinced. I'm not so sure about it. I really think Rick is going to be either observed, injured, something's going to happen. Maybe he gets bit and then he gets taken off in his helicopter for observation. The more I think about that, the more I feel good about that. But it does seem, to answer your question, a lot of people think that there's a connection. So thank you for that question, and thank you for that super chat as well. Also, we got another super chatter here, Ryan's Walking Dead channel. I want to say what's up to Ryan. Ryan, you can follow it up with a question. Thanks for the super chat and being a part of what we do here. Would love to freeze frame what you want to talk about and get that out there as well. So if you guys have some questions, throw them up there. If you're interested in throwing a super chat up there, we'll stop whatever we're talking about and we will get back into it. A couple people are leaning into some of the topics I want to talk about. Tonight's show, I'm going to get back to Angela Kang just a little bit, is I do think she gives more information than most other people. And one of the things that is slipped, I got to be careful. Be careful. One of the things that is being reported at this point, and you can see the arrow. If you don't want to know spoilers, turn away right now because this is being a reported spoiler. I'll give you 5 seconds. It's a minor spoiler, not a major one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Spoiler being reported is, you see the arrow, that there will be multiple weddings. And we talked about this, so it's not a super shock. But now the Spoiling Dead's fan page is officially reporting Ezekiel and Carol will be married. Yes. So that is one of the things that they are officially doing. We talked a little bit about it in one of the streams, how it could be Rick and Michonne. But this apparently happens maybe after the second time skip. So they don't know if there's going to be a ceremony or it's going to be applied. But you can see even after the 18 months, they've gotten pretty close. So they're also saying, and I don't know, I'm not speculating this. I'm not moving forward with this. They're saying they may even go away on a honeymoon. Now, who knows? I don't know what that would look like at this point. You know, with all the danger lurking around every corner, honeymoon might seem a little bit dangerous. But hey, Carol and Zeke can take care of themselves. What is really awesome about that, and I like the whole, I like the social dynamic to it, that Carol came from a really bad relationship, and Ezekiel is like the opposite of what Carol had to go through. And I guess, you know, there's a moral to it. You know, maybe it's like be persistent, you know, keep looking, you know, no matter. It is a nice story. It's a nice story for Carol to be able to move on and be in a good relationship and being with someone that puts her first and respects her. We will talk about that during the week. So we're going to talk about a little bit of the romance that's out there. So we're not above talking about the romance. But we're going to table a little bit of that until later on in the week. So here's a little bit of what we're going to do tonight. These countdown streams, as you guys know, we do them every Sunday night when The Walking Dead's on. We're going to do it next week. We got Fear the Walking Dead, so at 8 o'clock next week, we'll do a Fear the Walking Dead countdown. It's a lot of fun. We're going to get real Walking Dead again. But these streams around the 8 o'clock version are only around 20 minutes because what we like to do is we like to talk about what we think we're going to see, maybe add a few spoilers, a few confirmations in there, and then everybody needs to go eat, hang out, do whatever they do before The Walking Dead, get themselves ready for it. So these broadcasts are not an hour long. Now, with that being said, we're also doing a 10:15 reaction video tonight to get you guys kind of prepped for it. We're getting back in our seasonality mode. So tonight we're doing the Walking Dead Season 9 Countdown Special. We're going to watch the show at 9 o'clock, and then we're going to do our fan reaction to it after it's over. So I'm going to invite all of you back at 10:15 tonight, about 15 minutes after the show airs. Jump in here. We'll be streaming. We'll be talking about it. Looking forward to getting your comments and what you thought about the special. Look for any clues, though. When we do those, it's about your reaction. So I'm looking for any information that you guys can get as well. I got a feeling, though, Ezekiel might give a hint tonight. And I think Angela Kang is going to talk a little bit about Rick. So should give us some good information to really dig into. As I stated, next week we will get back into Fear the Walking Dead. If you've not caught up, go back and watch the first half of the season. It is really good. I know some of you in here are only Walking Dead fans, but I've just implored you to come back. There's all the reason in the world to come back, right? Mel. That was perfect timing. That was, as soon as I say Fear, here comes Mel. Mel is the greatest Fear the Walking Dead character ever. And jumping in the door with a super chat and says, what the hell did Jenner tell Rick that we have the viewer don't know about kills. That we, the viewer, don't know about. Sorry, I misread yours. Mel, I think that's going to play out, and I think it's going to play out in some epic fashion. I don't know that Rick has been... Well, let me give a couple options. So you guys help me out with Mel's Super Chat. Option A is he didn't tell him anything that we don't know. Option B is he told him something that Rick has been keeping from the group for their own safety. And option C is he told him something and all this stuff has been going on and Rick has not given any validity to it. So let's see what a few of the viewers think. A lot of people are saying option B. And I thought that. But I do feel like Rick knows something and it's going to be revealed in season 9. So Mel, if I had to guess and just throw something out there, I would say it's something along the lines of people can become immune. Or a new generation could become immune. Something along those lines that plays into what we've been talking about. So maybe that's Judy, maybe that's baby Herschel, maybe it's these babies that are born into it. I think it's going to be something related to the cure, and Rick has that information. That's my feeling. I think it's going to be revealed, and it's going to go hand in hand with Rick leaving the show. Something to do, no doubt about it, with the virus and some form of immunity. But thank you for that question. It wasn't a Fear of the Walking Dead question, so you caught me a little bit off guard. But I am going to jump into fear just really, really quickly. Before we do that, guys, I do this every stream. I got to ask everybody out there, a couple hundred people in the stream, slap that like button. Once again, show the power of the 999 Army. This is about all of you. This is about our network. This is about our ability to get together and talk about the greatest show on television. Until Game of Thrones comes. I know some Game of Thrones fans out there, but this is still going to be my favorite. But just show a little bit of love there. And let me transition over to a little bit of fear, because hopefully you guys saw the sneak peek. Now, I do want to say this. With the help of many of you, and we've said this over and over and over again, so long before it was ever even reported, before it was even in the sneak peek, the 999 Army said Morgan will go down there to Texas and he will start to lead them back to Washington, D.C. and potentially merge the show. If you guys remember those streams, then type it right now. Give me a quick 999 in chat, because we are going to take some credit for that, as he's telling Alicia that they're going to move back. So it looks as if this journey is going to start to go from Texas to Mississippi to Alabama to Tennessee to all the way up to try to get back. So when you guys are seeing some of this stuff, it's kind of neat to say, hey, we talked about that. And also there were people who said Rick is going to go out and try to find Morgan. And we said, what else? There's no way that finding Morgan would be like finding a needle in a haystack, but Morgan will lead the group back to Washington, D.C. Now, we also said, and this is not confirmed, but Fear the Walking Dead, well, this part's confirmed. Fear the Walking Dead was signed for a 5th season. We also said that could be Fear the Walking Dead's last season. That they could go into syndication, they'll get the credits, they can do reruns, whatever they want to do, and they would start to merge this cast of 8, 9, 10 people into the main television show. And I still think that's in play, and I think that's a strong possibility. And they could always do another spinoff later on. So all of those things we get together and talk about, they're not just speculations at some point. Sometimes, there's there's breadcrumbs that are out there that we find and we piece it together, and it makes perfect sense. So do want to give a shout out to all of you just for being a part of all that chat and coming up with those wonderful ideas. So Morgan can lead the group back. But that's big news as well. That is... I am going to have to go back and really see the time frame for that, Mel. I'm completely off guard. I think it's a great question. I'm going to go ahead and read it to the group. And Mel is saying, cloudy memory, but did Jenner know Lori was pregnant via blood test? Several people are saying they think so. I do not know. But I'm going to ask a few people to look into that, and I'm going to look into the time frame and how that could have went down. Sergeant Chosen One is saying yes. Yeah, we're about 60-40 on this one. I don't know the answer, but I think the question in itself is brilliant. Even if it wasn't shown, the fact that it could be known, and if he would have known that Lori was pregnant and told Rick that, I see where you're going with that, and I think it's a wonderful theory. Because someone even said in the last stream we did that Judith is the cure. But would Rick leave with Judith? Would Rick leave and take Judith? Rick leaving and taking Judith without Michonne? Those are all tough things. Casey says Rick takes Judith in a chopper to find a cure. I think those are wonderful, wonderful theories to start to build on. BK says, if they announce that children are the answer to the cure, will people try to slaughter the children to find a way to create a new road of protection for the group to handle? Ooh. Or the opposite, just going to start mass producing like a bunch of bunny rabbits. So they have an endless supply of blood to test. The Judith concept, though, Rick taking Judy and protecting her. You know, I'm not quite ready to jump off that cliff just yet. But adding maybe Rick, see, there's some parts of it that don't work for me. Like, if Rick got bit, he's not taking Judy. He's not going to put her in danger. So I'm going to have to find a way to sort of get over the hurdle of Michonne and that split between Rick and Michonne. Or Michonne staying back to protect the group, Rick leaving and protecting Judy. Maybe Rick doesn't get bit at all, but he knows that Judith is the cure or a possibility. So what I'm going to do is, as my takeaway, I'm going to really go back and analyze this whole Jenner situation again and see if that is going to be the tie between the past and season 9. So, Mel, let's take that as a group project, and maybe in a stream next week we will we'll just kind of dive into that very topic. I'm just scrolling through a couple of the question here. Drama King says Commonwealth's going to play a major role real soon. Yeah, Commonwealth, Jenner, the Chopper, Jadis / Ann with an E. I mean, all of those things. It is a little bit kind of like a puzzle piece at this point. But because of the time skips and the fact that we won't have a Rick Alpha showdown, I think the open-ended Rick leaving and having something to do with the Chopper is still very, very much in play. And I'm going to ask you once again, just tonight, look for any clues you get out of Angela Kang and her talking about it. She's good, but she does open up a little bit more than other people. So I got a feeling that we'll be able to take something from tonight's preview special. There you go, Fluff. Fluff is on it too. So Bumblebee Brown says Jadis is part of the Commonwealth, and so is Al on Fear. You know, the Commonwealth could have a pretty extensive reach. So it would be a little bit coincidental, in my opinion, with Morgan being there and then Al being there and then Jadis. But we don't know all of Al's history, so it's very possible. You know, and I'm going to add that too. So Rhonda DeLuca and Mel. So I'm going to call this the Melron theory. All right, got to come up with something, right? So Mel is saying that Jenner possibly told Rick some information about Judith and had the blood test. And Rhonda is saying that, let me go back because I want to be specific here, that Shane's flashback has to do with Judy as well. This is really solid. We don't have time to talk about it tonight. So the reason Rick sees the dream or the flashback of Shane is so Rick takes action and protects Judy, and then gets her on the chopper away from everything else, and then he remembers the situation with Jenner, and it kind of hit home. I love it. I love it. And that would make sense of, you know, why we get Shane, why we get Judy, why we get the helicopter, and why there's still a chance for a cure. Walking Dead nerd is on board. That's what I was saying too, Rhonda. Yes. Because I have been wondering, where does Shane come into all this? And it's got to be a connection to Judith. So Mel, Althea tied to journalist in the season 9 trailer. I'm stumped. I honestly think Mel just had a whole list of really tough questions. I'm not prepared. I think there definitely is some possibility that Al and Deanna, I mean, Lori's not on the helicopter. That we know. I know you had a list ready. He's like, you know what? I got some bullet points. We're going to throw some things out there. But I will tell you, so let's lay it out just a little bit more. Althea involved with a Commonwealth journalist, military reporter, some connection with Jadis, videotapes, out there doing research. I do think, Mel, that Rhonda and The Walking Dead and a couple other people, I think that Shane thing might be the glue that makes your theory stick a little bit more. Because what we've been kind of fumbling around with is it a stab wound? Did Rick get bit? But it would make more sense that Rick takes Judy and hits the road. And I want to look at some of the casting just to see if we've heard anything. I've heard rumors that Michonne takes care of Judy. But we're going to have to do a really deep dive into it. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to... tomorrow night stream. And if something magical is unveiled tonight, we might table that theory of Judy being the cure till Wednesday night. So let me kind of play this out a little bit. Tonight, after the preview special, we're going to talk about it. If there's a lot of good information, we're going to talk about it and basically dissect it in two different pieces. We'll react to it tonight, and we'll do a deeper dive and analyze it tomorrow night. More than likely, we'll move into random things on Tuesday. We got a few special things we want to do and a couple announcements we want to make. But this theory, I do want to get into it with Mel and Rhonda, with Judy, with Jenner, and the whole chopper scene. This is why we do it, because we are like CSI. All right, everybody, we are hitting 26 minutes, so I know everybody has some stuff to do to get ready for the stream tonight. I want to thank everybody for being here. I know if I stick around a little bit longer, there's going to be more and more questions, and I'd love to do it. But if you have more questions, come back tonight at 10:15. Hopefully we'll have a few more answers as well. Want to say thank you. If you guys are watching the playback, these are shorter videos. The countdowns always are. These are the closing credits. We don't usually do shout-outs during these because we just sort of split up and kind of go our own way, and we're going to be doing another stream shortly. But I do want to, once again, shout out all the super chatters, Mel, Valar, Dennis, I'm sorry, who else? Denise, LDT. I can't scroll up that far. And I know I missed a couple other people, but just want to say thank you to everybody. Your support is absolutely amazing. Way too kind on some of the super chats, but I do appreciate kind of freezing the conversation because just some really good stuff to talk about. Also, a lot of brand new patrons you can see over there. We've added several new people, several people in the stream on a regular basis too. Lakeisha, Tina B, Glenda, brand new. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do. If you guys are interested in becoming a patron or sponsor, several people asked me, that's why I'm going to address it now. There's a join button down below the screen, and that's the way you become a sponsor. That is directly through YouTube. We have an external website as well. It's called Patreon, and there's a link down below. So if you want to become a Patreon, just get a little bit more information. Other screenshots, some happenings, some real-world stuff. Just another way to support the channel, so thank you. And if you want some gear, down below, there's also some ways to rock 999 Army gear as well. So a lot of stuff going on. We're going to wrap this up one more time. If you guys can hit the like button. We got a couple more people super chatting. See, I knew if we extended this, that's why I wanted to cut it off and get some questions ready for tonight. June Smith, thank you so much. Appreciate your support. Thank you for being here. And, of course, Eminem. Tyler, thank you for being here as well. We will do shout-outs tonight after the video. But throw a quick 999 up there, even though I'm not going to officially shout you out. Just show a little bit of love, show a little bit of support. And I will see you guys all at 10:15. Thanks, everybody. Peace.